Hi everyone, this video is going to be a little different from the other ones. This is not a video related to music, but I think it was quite necessary for all the content creators out there. I recently came across a video by YouTube creators channel कि अब dislikes बटन पे counts नहीं दिखेंगे. ये फीचर काफ़ी टाइम से एक टेस्ट मोड पे था, but they finally decided to make it permanent. अब initially हमें ये लग सकता है कि this is a great move, but I don't think so. To get the idea of how this can be a huge mistake, let's see कि हम YouTube कैसे यूज करते हैं. Most of us, हमें वीडियोस रिकमेंड किए जाते हैं ऑन अ होम पेज या जब हम कोई वीडियो देखते हुए उसके साइड में दूसरे वीडियोस को ब्राउज करते हैं. लेट्स से आज मैंने एक सॉन्ग पोस्ट किया है. सो हाउ वुड यू फाइंड इट? मुझे खुद पता है कि जब मैं कोई भी वीडियो पोस्ट करता हूँ इट्स हार्ड फॉर इट टू रीच यू गाइस, क्योंकि मेरे पास स्ट्रॉन्ग सब्सक्राइबर बेस नहीं है. नाउ अगर कोई भूले भटके मेरी वीडियो पे आ भी जाए, हाउ विल ही नो दैट ही शुड इन्वेस्ट टाइम ऑन इट? आज तक हमारे लाइक टू डिसलाइक रेशियो इस चीज़ के इंडिकेटर्स थे. मैं जब भी कोई वीडियो देखता हूँ विच इज़ नॉट पॉपुलर बट इट हैज़ लेट्स से 1000 लाइक्स एंड जस्ट 10 डिसलाइक्स, एटलीस्ट आई नो कि मैं इस पे अपना टाइम इन्वेस्ट कर सकता हूँ. मे बी मुझे ये वीडियो पसंद ना आए एंड आई कैन बी द 11th गाय टू डिसलाइक इट, बट एटलीस्ट ये टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट वेस्ट नहीं था. Of we can only see likes and no dislikes.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for. That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
Matt in this video tries to explain the logic behind the removal of dislike counter. So YouTube को ये लगता है कि there are groups जो particular creators को target करते हैं, but isn't that true for likes as well? काफ़ी सेलिब्रिटीज़ एंड यूट्यूबर्स पे एलिगेशंस लगे हैं कि वो व्यूज़ एंड लाइक्स खरीदते हैं. एंड इवन इफ दोज आर नॉट ट्रू, आप खुद एक सिंपल गूगल सर्च करके ऐसे 1000 वेबसाइट ढूंढ सकते हैं जो लाइक्स एंड व्यूज़ बेचते हो. डज दैट मीन कि हमें लाइक्स और व्यूज़ को भी हाइड कर देना चाहिए? अगर ऐसा हुआ फिर हाउ वुड वी नो कि यूट्यूब पे कोई वीडियो एक्चुअली वायरल हो रहा है या इट्स यूट्यूब विच इज़ ट्राइंग टू पुश अ पर्टिकुलर वीडियो? नेटफ्लिक्स से हमें एक चीज़ काफ़ी क्लियरली सीखने को मिली है कि व्हेन यू डोंट शो एनालिटिक्स यू कैन पुश एनी शो टू प्रोमोट योर ओन व्यूज़ एंड एजेंडा. इमेजिन अगर अमेजन आज ये बोलने लगे कि हम रिव्यूज़ नहीं दिखाएंगे जस्ट बिकॉज इट कैन अफेक्ट द मेंटल हेल्थ ऑफ द सेलर्स, या सेलर्स को बुरा लग सकता है इफ़ दे रिसीव 1 स्टार रेटिंग, सो हम ये रिव्यू सिस्टम ही बंद कर देंगे.
So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction. So the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations, but you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want.
That's another big problem right there. If they want. I think every creator should want to know who disliked their content. This is not a mental health issue, but more of improving your content. See, जो कंटेंट हम इंटरनेट पे प्रोवाइड करते हैं दैट इज एक्चुअली द प्रोडक्ट जो लोग कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं. द व्यूअर्स आर एक्चुअली आवर कंज्यूमर्स. इट इज़ आवर ड्यूटी टू इम्प्रूव इट अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर फीडबैक. इमेजिन कोई कंपनी ये बोले कि हम खराब प्रोडक्ट्स ही बेचेंगे एंड किसी को भी कंप्लेंट नहीं करने देंगे. व्हेन यू आर क्रिएटर, आपको ईगो साइड में रख के ट्रू क्रिएटर की तरह कंटेंट पे ध्यान देना चाहिए.
Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching? Again, I kind of had this question too, but it turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, They didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership, regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not, they still watched. Next common question, if creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different? They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public.
So I'm gonna say it. If you are embarrassed that किसी को भी आपकी videos पसंद नहीं आई, that's something you should work on. Dislikes are not hate speech. ये कोई comments नहीं है which can sometimes be overwhelming due to being rude. अगर आपको dislike देखने से discomfort या embarrassment feel होता है, should you really be on a public platform? जब मैं स्कूल में था हमें ये सिखाया जाता था कि how we can overcome the fear of public speaking, taking criticism, improve our work so that these people who have disliked my video can appreciate my growth. I think one of the biggest examples would be the YouTuber KSI. He is constantly trolled and he just keeps on improving and turning haters into followers.
And one more common question, is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes? No, although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes.
This kind of proves my point. YouTube ने ये सीखा that how it feels to get dislikes, but did YouTube actually try to improve its content? अगर YouTube सबके feedback लेके हर साल YouTube Rewind को upgrade करता, don't you think it would be one of the best and massive hits till now?
Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed and feel safe in doing so. All right, so that's the update. I hope it doesn't cause too much frustration. Honestly, I think you're going to get used to it pretty quickly, and keep in mind other platforms don't even have a dislike button. So consider that. Thank you, and I hope you're well.
Yes, क्योंकि हमने already देखा है how Facebook, Instagram and Twitter can actually censor free speech when they want to. But YouTube ऐसा नहीं था. At least till now. Don't you think we voicing our opinion कि हमें कौन से videos अच्छे नहीं लगते is our right? If I don't like something, why can't I share my opinions with others? अगर creator के पास ये right है कि वो कुछ भी post कर सकता है to share it with the world, तो viewers अपने opinion क्यों नहीं share कर सकते? At any point of time, YouTube will always have more viewers than the number of creators, and taking a decision just in favor of a small group and ignoring the huge audience out there is not okay. मैं खुद भी एक creator हूँ and I do realize कि इससे बस कुछ so-called famous celebrities and YouTubers का ही फायदा होने वाला है who are not open to criticism. I would really like to know your comments and your opinions about this topic, so please feel free to comment below this video.